What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter back for day number 2 of our quick and dirty unboxing series for the new DC HeroClix set, Rebirth. That's right, this thing is huge. It's all of Rebirth, apparently. All of the new titles that came out when Rebirth launched for DC Comics. Yesterday was day number 1. If you did not see it, please go back and watch. Just press pause here, go back and watch that, and we'll still be here waiting for you. And that way we can all do day 2 together. Day 1 brought us our first super rare and the Wonder Woman from the Justice League of China. She was very cool, Lady Greensnake herself. And then we've got a lot of Defiance members. We have Mr. Terrific, who is a very big figure in a few different books within DC Rebirth, Dark Knight's Metal being one of them, and then his own book called The Terrifics. So we saw a good variety of characters yesterday. I'm hoping for a lot brand new characters that have started to pop in Rebirth, and I'm hoping in my heart of hearts for some of the characters that returned when Rebirth came, that were missing in the 52 era of DC Comics. Ted Kord's Blue Beetle, Wally West. Wally is my Flash. Kyle Rayner is my Lantern. Tim Drake is my Robin. So hoping to see those guys in this set as well. Today, like I said, is day 2. This set is going to be able to be in your hands starting on April the 3rd. That's when the pre-release will happen. And then you can buy the set proper in the middle of April. So make sure you call your local comic shops and gaming stores and get your hands on it. And that being said, without further ado, let's see what other characters we can pull today in day number 2 of our Rebirth unboxing series. Yesterday I was pretty excited with some of the figures that we pulled. And not just because it was the characters that we pulled, it was because of the possibilities that they started to have rattling around in my head of what else we could see, the characters that they are connecting to. And here we go. Ooh, okay. Some characters I didn't necessarily expect, but again, what can you expect when the entire DC universe is up for grabs? Looks like today we have the Batman, or one of the chosen Batmen from the Batman Academy, basically, that they have in Justice League of China, the Ministry of, I can't remember what it's called exactly. It's basically like the Ministry of the Bat. You have Batman himself. You have Tempest, Gareth making a little return. You've got Cyborg with that huge energy blast, and he happens to be aiming it right at Deimos. And this looks like Deimos from Godwatch, from the Wonder Woman Rebirth series, not the Deimos that we would be thinking about if you ever read Convergence, that huge storyline. This is Deimos, which means probably we're going to get his brother Phobos in this set. Cheetah is a strong possibility. All of the Godwatch characters are then wide open. And that's what I love about not knowing what's in the set, starting to open these boosters and then get super excited about all the other possibilities, but knowing there's only a finite number of spots that we could have chosen for this set. So, cool little booster right here. I think I will start with Deimos, actually. We'll take a look at his figure real quick. He's got his little staff. He's Mystics. He's worth 55 points. He is set number 9, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at his card as well. Like I said, this Deimos is a little bit less powered than the Deimos that you would have seen in Convergence. So let's see what he can do. He has Godwatch, Deity, and Monster keywords. He's set number 9. Has a trait Quaking in Terror, unique modifier. Opposing characters within 4 squares modify attack by -1. And that is a unique modifier, though, so you can't stack those. Another unique modifier, Son of Ares. If Deimos is within 4 squares of a friendly character named Phobos, modify both of their defense by +1. So, verified and guaranteed we will be getting Phobos in this set as well. 5-click dial there. A little bit of an ability to control people, and he does have that Mystics team ability, which is always a deterrent for even trying to lay an opening volley against him. Deimos, there we go. All right, moving on. Let's go with Cyborg. This Cyborg sculpt looks awesome. So cool. This is a very Titan-centric set, though, so far from what I'm seeing. Even though Cyborg has moved on up into the ranks of the Justice League, still has his roots in Titans and actually has the Titans team ability there and has rejoined the Titans within these books. You've got a Nightwing-led Titan team again in these books. Like I said, we've had some returning characters. Lilith, Omen is back as well in this book. Cyborg, Justice League, Teen Titans, and Robot. Keywords, set number 13, Titans Reborn. When Cyborg is given a move action after resolutions, he can use the Titans team ability at no cost, which we saw on day 1 in Aqualad. Has a special attack power, Sonic Arm Cannon, penetrating Psychic Blast. When Cyborg uses it to target a single opposing character, he has knockback. So penetrating and knockback all together. That is a nasty little combo. He can be played at 75 or 50 points. Solid numbers there. Running shot and that penetrating Psychic Blast knockback combo. Man, you can pull off some really nasty tricks with that. I mean, you're already cutting through all defenses, but then you can knock him off a roof, knock him into a wall, knock him into a rock, cause some little extra damage on the end there. So you cut through their defensive powers, and then they might have just a naked defense click on the back side of that, and you can cause a little bit of extra damage. He's going to be sneaky if you're not ready for it. He's going to do some extra sneaky damage. So the Titans Reborn book I actually really love too. It kind of gives me a feel of, you know, back before Graduation Day happened, if you ever read those books, you know, when Young Justice and Titans were around and they kind of all folded into themselves before Jeff Johns took over on Teen Titans. But it kind of gives me that feeling again. There's a little nostalgia there for me, for someone who grew up reading comic books in the 90s and early 2000s. So I'm really liking the team makeup in the Titans Rebirth. Definitely worth taking a look at. All right, Tempest. Speaking of another Titan. Take a good look at him there. You got all his tattoos there. Solid detail. The shine on his armor is really, really great. Excited to see Aquaman. That goldish orange armor always shines so nice with the new paints that they have been using with the HeroClix. Take a look at his card real quick. He's set number 28. He is worth 75 points. He's got a trait, Water Wizard. Freeze it or boil it. Smoke Cloud is free, but Tempest generates water markers instead of hindering markers. Free, choose an opposing character occupying water terrain within range and roll a d6. On a 3 or 4, give that character an action token. On a 5 or 6, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. That is awesome. So he's dropping water markers instead of hindering terrain markers, and then can use that to deal some penetrating damage to your figures. That is really, really cool. He's also got the Titans Reborn trait as well. When you're given a move, after resolutions, you can use the Titans team ability at no cost, which is really going to come in handy. There you go, is the back of his dial, 75 points. And these Titans really have pretty solid 75-point dials. I'm super excited to get some of these guys out onto the map and see how they interact with each other. The Titans ability, of course, allowing them to trade back and forth. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm super stoked as a Titans fan already with this set, just on day 2. All right, you know what? We're going to go with the traditional Batman. He's got JLA and Outsiders team abilities on his dial here. Outsiders is always fun on a Batman because you know he'll be canceling something on an opposing figure, and he usually has Outwit as well, so you're going to be able to cancel out maybe, you know, 2 things on an opposing character as opposed to just one. He's got that kind of double-edged batarang there for you. Take a look at his card real quick. We've got Batman Family, Gotham City, Justice League, Outsiders, Trinity, and Detective Keywords. He's got a trait called Leading the Charge. When Batman makes his first attack during a turn and hits, until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Justice League keyword have protected Outwit. Woo! Wow, that is an amazing trait. Yeah, he does that. As another trait, line of fire drawn to Batman are blocked unless the line of fire crosses only unoccupied clear squares. Just a side note real quick. That is an awesome callback, actually, because I think I've mentioned the first arc of Batman in DC Rebirth introduces a couple of new characters, Gotham and Gotham Girl. And they're these Superman, Supergirl-esque characters. They can do a lot of the things that Superman can do, including X-ray vision. And the first time they meet Jim Gordon on a rooftop, that scene has really stood out to me because it was such an interesting scene. They turn around, Batman's gone. They're using their eyesight. They're using everything that they can. They're such novices. They have these new powers. They're incredibly powerful, but they don't quite know how to use them. And Batman kind of hesitates on whether or not he wants to take them under his wing. But of course, Commissioner Gordon turns around and says, yeah, he does that. Like, he just disappears. Even from Superman, Batman can disappear. That's always such a cool thing about him. And that's an awesome callback that WizKids is able to do. You can tell they really do their research and they really read these books. All right, next, you got a special movement power using your momentum against you. Charge, leap, climb, sidestep. When Batman breaks away, you may choose an opposing character he broke away from. If you do, after resolutions, place that character up to 2 squares away and within line of fire from its current square. Whew. All right, here you go. On the back, he's only 5 clicks long, 85 points, but he does pack quite a punch. Again, look at this, stopping winter from becoming spring. That is in direct reference to a Calendar Man storyline that happens in Rebirth. So it's so cool to read these cards and see all the story points, even within the powers, the names of the powers themselves. WizKids has really stepped up their game, I feel, and making sure that all their research is really being poured into these cards and really giving even the names of the powers themselves, even though we just see a color and a game effect, also giving them a title that also give you a little bit more story emphasis. It is so cool. I love the synergy between playing this game that I love so much and also being funneled back into comics and wanting to read more about the characters that I'm just using on the battlefield. All right, last one for the first booster is Batman from the Justice League of China. He can be played at 100 or 75 points, and he's got his little Robin bot there. You see that thing that he's holding? That is his Robin bot. And Robin bot is his little kind of sidekick. Very, very cool invention that he has. He came from the Ministry of the Bat. He was chosen by the Ministry of Reliance to become the Batman. They have all these tiers of people that are training in the ways of the Bat, but he was seen as the top man in all of that and was chosen to become the Batman for the Justice League of China. Let's take a look at his card. Justice League of China, martial artist and scientist keywords. Ministry of Self-Reliance, Batman has protected against perplex and probability control, but both only from characters without the Justice League of China keyword. That's important because when they needed to bring Superman into the fold, the Justice League of China had Batman and Wonder Woman go out on a quest to get him into the fold. So it's kind of interesting that it won't protect him against his own teammates. The trait, the rocket arms of Robinbot. Toughness and modifies range by +2 as well as the flight power. Power makes a range attack, modifying attack and damage by +2 after resolutions. Batman can't use this trait for the rest of the game, so one-time payment there. Special damage power, hope you did the homework, dummy. Leadership, outwit, perplex. When Batman uses leadership and succeeds, choose an adjacent friendly character that shares a keyword or has lower points. That character can use perplex until your next turn. Wow. So he's granting perplex to a teammate who's lower points. There you go. Got some running shot, got some incapacitate, energy shield deflection, indomitable, that super duper special damage power where he's got all of the best support powers in the game. He is really great. I'm really excited to see how the synergy is going to work between the Justice League of China. They seem to be pretty powerful already, as they should be. All right, let's move on to the second booster for today. You know who I really want to see from the Justice League of China, though? Dragon's Son. He's like kind of their version of Aquaman. He was from North Korea, and you come to find out, again, in a lot of lore and mythology, that he is a descendant of the Dragon of the Sea over there, and the way he gets his powers, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, is very, very cool. All right, this next booster, there we go. I said I wanted to see how his armor looked. We got him, Aquaman. We've got another Tempest standing right next to him. We've got Steel. I don't know which one that is. There's Citizen Steel, there's Commander Steel, there's regular Steel. I cannot remember which one is which. We've got another cyborg here. And then we've got the new Power Girl. This is Tanya. And she plays a big part in Deathstroke's book, actually. And let's take a look at what a couple of these figures do. We got a couple of dupes, so we won't have to look at Cyborg or look at Garrett, but we will look at Aquaman and Power Girl and Steel. Let's see which ones we have here, because there are so many options of that character now. All right. I think we'll start with Steel, actually. Pretty simple. Star on the chest, a nice little red, white, and blue color blocking. This feels very old school, by the way, this costume here. Underwear on the outside of the suit, you know, very solid color blocking. Let's see, Steel. This is Henry Haywood III. 23A is the set number, which means I bet you we're going to get Commander or Citizen Steel as the prime there. 90 points, the Haywood Legacy. When Steel is hit with a close attack after resolution, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. What? So if you punch him, you're taking penetrating feedback damage. That's awesome. Special defense power, behind me, people, impervious. Free. Until your next turn, Steel can use invulnerability instead of impervious, and he has adjacent friendly characters modify defense by +1. On the back of the card you see here. Dang, 8 clicks long. Wow, this is a surprising piece in this set. He might be a little bit of an unsung hero as far as this set goes. I did not expect 8 clicks from this guy. I guess I should have, but excited to see what the prime can do if this guy's 8 clicks long. Even though he's kind of a little bit of a standstill type of guy, he's got that trait where if you hit him with a close attack, you're taking feedback damage, and it is penetrating. So very, very cool. All right, I want to check out Power Girl next. Tanya Spears. Both Power Girls are kind of MIA now after Tanya's resolution to one of her storylines recently. Definitely taking a look into seeing exactly what happens to her and where she might be now. She is 50 points. She has the Titans keyword there. Take a look at her card real quick. Looks like she only has the shared trait, the Titans Reborn. Now, I'm willing to bet that we're going to get a Defiance version of her, but for now, she has Star Labs, Teen Titans, Scientist keywords. Take a look at the back of her card. You can see her dial. Pretty simple, pretty by the book. Only has that one trait that's a shared trait amongst all the Titans, where if she moves, she gets to use the Titans keyword for free. But again, I'm willing to bet that we're going to see a Defiance version of her. I think probably all the Defiance members are going to have a regular Teen Titans version and then a Defiance version as well. Okay, last but not least, Aquaman, the big man himself. When we talk about mythology in comic books, he's one of the first guys I think about. The Seven Kingdoms, all of the history behind Atlantis and Aquaman and how he got his powers and what he's able to do. There's so much to cover with Aquaman. He looks amazing. One of my favorite characters, and surprisingly, probably one of the top 3 continuous runs of really good books since before the New 52 and then through the New 52 and then into Rebirth, as far as an enjoyability factor for me and a pretty solid continuity throughout the whole thing. Didn't have so many shakeups that it was hard to keep on following. So it's one of the few books I actually did keep up with the entire time. Here we go. His set number 45, he's 80 points. He's got Atlantis, Justice League, and Ruler keywords. Leading the charge is a trait. When Aquaman makes the first attack during a turn and hits until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Justice League keyword can use exploit weakness. Wow, so Batman gave people, in addition to their attack value, he gives them exploit weakness. They're playing really well together. King of Atlantis trait, Aquaman occupies water terrain. He has free move up to 4 squares. And another trait, I don't quote, talk to fish. Mind control is free with a range of 8 and 3 targets, but only to target characters with the dolphin symbol. Wow, he is really, really impressive. And that leading the charge shared trait is going to be super dangerous, it looks like. You're going to have pluses to attack. You're going to have powers granted by it. That is incredibly solid. I'm glad that the King of the Seas, or the King of the Seven Seas, was done justice there. Wow, there we go. Day 2, up and down, pretty quick and easy. The possibilities are still really endless. Seeing a Godwatch character, I don't necessarily think I was prepared for that. It seems like some of these storylines that they're pulling these characters from are happening a little later in the Rebirth run. I'm hoping to see some of the newer characters that were hatched at the beginning of the Rebirth run. But I'm seeing versions of characters I didn't expect, and I'm seeing characters that I'm glad we're finally getting in HeroClix. So I hope everybody out there is enjoying this unboxing series. Once again, this is Scott Border coming to you from Hyper RPG Studios in Studio City, California. Make sure to check them out online at YouTube or on Twitch, Hyper RPG. The set has a pre-release beginning April the 3rd, so you can get your hands on these guys and play with them in a sealed fashion then, and then get your actual cases or bricks of the set from your local comic book shop or gaming store in mid-April. I appreciate you guys stopping by so much. There are so many more characters I want to see. I would say, first and foremost, I want to see the new Superboy. I really, really enjoy him. I'd love to see Mr. Oz, who I think is probably going to be a part of this. I'd love to see Godspeed and a couple of other characters that deal with the speedsters. I want to see Wally West. I want to see Blue Beetle. I want to see the characters that returned after being absent from the DC Comics line for a little while. Who are you looking forward to seeing or hoping that are in the set? Tell me in the comments below, and let me know how we're doing here, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for day 3, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.